Okay, hello everyone and hello Mr. Safrianto. My name is Mibatullah Hasana. Today I want to review about phonology, material identification, main topics. The topic is phonology. It's like the sound system of language that helps us understand how words have different meanings because of their sounds. The main definition of this topic, phonology, is the study of phonemes, the small sound that change meaning, and the rules that cause sound to change in specific contexts, unlike phonetics, which focus more on the physical production of sounds. The purpose of studying this material in class is so we can understand the English language sound system, make our pronunciation more natural, and let us be able to analyze dialects or foreign language. It's pretty good for improving linguistic skills. Concept and theory. Important theories or concepts introduced. There are phonemes versus allophones. Phonemes have different meanings. Allophones are just variation. Minimal pairs, word pairs differing by one sound. Phonological rules: assimilation, elision, epenthesis, syllable structure, onset, nucleus, coda, distinctive features, stress, intonation, and tone. What are the key terms to remember? Phoneme, allophone, minimal pairs, assimilation, neighboring sound absorbing each other, elision, sound loss, epenthesis, sound addition, syllable structure, distinctive features, stress, intonation, tone. I often forget which one, but it's important to remember. How does this concept differ from related concept? Phonology is more about the function of sound for meaning and rules, while phonetics focus on how sound are produced or articulation, acoustic. For example, an allophone is a phonetic variation that doesn't change the meaning, but it's the phonological phoneme that makes the difference. Are there any models, diagram, or table that help explain this concept? There's a phoneme versus minimal pair table that helps compare definition and example. Syllable structure can be represented as GVT, example cat. It's quite helpful, but I prefer more visual diagrams. Example and application. What example are given in class? Minimal parts are like bed versus pet. Assimilation is like green park become green park. Elision is like next day become next day. Epenthesis is like film becoming film. Distinctive features are like P voiceless versus P voice. The pronunciation of congratulation is congratulation. Stress is on content. Noun is different from adjective, which example is easy to understand. Minimal pairs like bed versus pet are the easiest because you can immediately see the difference. Just one sound change the meaning. It's not as complicated as other rules. How does this example illustrate the concept in practice? Assimilation is like green park, showing how sound changes to make speech smoother and more natural, just like we often do unconsciously in our daily language. Can you make another example yourself? Yes, assimilation input becomes input. Illusion just becomes thus. A parenthesis hamster becomes hamster. Minimal pair seed versus seed. S versus syllable structure. Play onset P nucleus A coda. I like to make my own example so it sticks better. Relationship between topic. How does this topic relate to previous or other topics? Phonology is very closely related to phonetics because phonetics provides the basic for sound production that we analyze in phonology for meaning. How is phonetics related to phonology? Phonetics explain how sound are produced, articulation, acoustic, auditory, with serves as the basic for phonology to analyze sound system and rules. Without phonetics, phonology can distinguish voicing or anything. Difficulties and challenge main question what's a bit difficult to understand are phonological rules like epenthesis because the addition of sound isn't intuitive and often cause confusion. Are there any confused terms or concepts? Distinctive features is a bit abstract and I often mix up tone and intonation. Sometimes the examples are quite clear but I need audio illustration to better understand assimilation. Is the example profit clear now or do you need additional illustration? The example is okay but audio illustration or spectrogram could be really helpful. Lexical variation doesn't directly affect syntax or morphology but it can through sound change that alter word structure. Conclusion and personal understanding. What is a brief summary of what you learned? Phonology teaches the sound system of language from phonemes to rules like assimilation with practical example to make pronunciation more natural. What is the most important things you learn from this material? The importance of phonological rule is to make language efficient and distinguish meanings such as stress which can change the meaning of a word. If we become more aware of how I speak, how can this material be applied in practice or language analysis? It can be used for practicing foreign language pronunciation, analysis, dialects, or even in forensic linguistics for voice identification. It's quite useful for linguistic students like me. Suggestion for improvement. Does this material need more example, excerpts, or illustration? Yes. Add more self-recording practice and analysis plus more audio. Example for rules like elision. To make it more interactive and not boring, how can you review this material to make it easier to remember? Yes, make flashcard for create keyword to daily example exercise and watch video to refocus on one concept. A duration of 2 to 5 minutes is perfect for a quick review, but a table animation to make it more engaging and easier to remember. I think that is for me. This matter is cool, but it needs more practice to stick. Yes, that's it, and thank you.